Johnny Taquitos. Today we are talking about one of the most mystifying topics in all of cigar culture. Ash. That's it. It's that simple. This is one of the most questioned and unanswered topics in cigars. What does your ash tell you about your cigar? So first of all, I want to shout out David Baranska for sending me Min Ron Nee's book. If you go back to some of the message boards from the original, what we'll call cigar nerds or cigar heads of the early 2000s, this was always a big topic. You can find layers and layers of people putting their 2 cents in. And so there's a bunch of different theories on what your ash tells you about your cigar. But they kind of all come together to form the only answer that we can accept right now until we have a scientist actually look at this stuff, which I plan on doing.
We've been talking about that for a while.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting closer to finding a biologist that'll work with us. A botanist. So, but that's the thing, it's such a blurred thing because then you're talking about not just the leaves, then you're talking about burning the leaves and how that affects and what chemicals come. So it's not so cut and dry on who to go to for this. So I'm working on it. Look, so most people will tell you that the ash has to do with the nutrients in the soil. Min Ron challenges this. And the reason why he challenges this is because he says that you can take a darker ash and hold a flame to it and it'll turn white. Which to him means that some leaves are more combustible than others. The more combustible the leaf, the whiter the ash will become. But there are some cigars that are gray in the ash. There are some cigars out of Honduras, I've noticed this often, that are black in the ash. I truly believe it's a mix of the 2 things. It is combustibility and it is the nutrients in the soil that get to the leaf, that get to the leaves, okay, to the tobacco leaves. That's what it is. That's what it's got to be. A wrapper leaf from the Dominican Republic will burn very white typically. A wrapper from Honduras can be very dark. A wrapper from Cuba is almost always gray. So that has to do with the nutrients in the soils, which is really cool, and we need to figure out what nutrients burn what colors, okay? And then there's the topic of combustibility that Min Ron brings to the table, which is, are your cigars overly humidified? If they're overly humidified, they're not as combustible as a drier leaf. So these are all things that we need to take into consideration. I don't think it should be a huge mystery anymore. I think it's becoming very clear that nutrients in the tobacco and humidity, which has to do with combustibility, are the answer to what your ash can tell you about your cigar. This has been another segment of Know Your Cigars with Brian and Johnny Taquitos of Privada Cigar Club. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the kind of information that I'm looking to pass on to you. I'm learning. I'm talking to some of the greats that this industry has ever seen. They are giving me the history lesson. Shout out to a couple of people. I won't mention names because I don't want people to know we're working with certain people right now. But it is very important to me that I learn as much as possible and pass that information on to you. This is how we're going to grow as a culture. And that's it. Hashtag We Are Privada, hashtag BOTL, hashtag SOTL, hashtag Limited Cigar Association. Peace.